Hello, everyone. So, got a little bit of story here. Let's see what's going on. Uh, so, says here, as a trans woman in my 20s, Gilmore Girls made me realize just how much of my girlhood was stolen from me. Well, well. Isn't this interesting? I started watching Gilmore Girls in 2014 at 20 years old. Wow. Okay. It's a little bit older than I think most people start watching that terrible show, but hey, do you? At first, I related to Rory. Who's Rory? But as a trans woman, Lorelai's stolen girlhood became more poignant. Okay, I realized just how much of my childhood was stripped away from me and had to learn to accept it. You're 20, you're grown at this. What is wrong with these people? Mental health. You. Is this Gilmore Girls? Is this Rory? What's happening? Who is who? Who are these people? He wasn't Gilmore Girls? I don't. Rory Gilmore's. I don't understand any of this. Well, I didn't watch the show. So when I first started watching Gilmore Girls in 2014, I was 20 years old and had just left home to attend university in another city. There was something so comforting about the fuzzy nostalgia and witty femininity on Gilmore Girls. It gave me renewed hope, starting with the opening lines of the La's. Is that a band? There She Goes, that introduced us to Lorelai. I don't know which one is it the mom or the daughter? I don't know. While living away from my family for the first time, I was transported into Rory Gilmore's struggles at Chilton at Yale as if through a magic mirror. This person has some sort of dissociative personality disorder. You just like you just living vicariously through everybody, huh? You're like, yeah, you want to be the woman, you want to be the specific woman in the show that doesn't like it's just come on now. Like Rory, I was always a bookish girl. Excuse me. Academic and timid. Okay. Sound like you were a nerd. A lot of fellas like that. She was raised by a single mother and had a deadbeat dad, and so was I. His father wasn't in your life. Identify with your mother. Gotcha. Got what you putting down. Our similarities drew me deeper into the show, and I didn't want to leave. Well, reality is a calling. Got to get back to the real world. But there was just one glaring difference between my life and Rory's. Okay, just one. One I had known about myself since puberty. I was a transgender girl. Oh, fascinating. Watching and rewatching the show throughout my 20s, I came to realize that although Rory's life was what I yearned for, it was Lorelai's that I deeply related to. Uh, I'm gonna guess that Rory's the dude and Lorelai is the chick. On the Gilmore Girls pilot, Lorelai tells her mother she stopped being a child the minute the strip turned pink. It was the moment she stopped being a girl and became, if not yet a woman, a mother. Yeah, that tends to happen when you get pregnant. It was a reminder that whether cis or trans, girlhood and womanhood are fragile, volatile conditions that women can be robbed of or thrown into without consent or warning. Is it? it um, because I'm pretty sure she was doing adult things that resulted in pregnancy. I'm not sure where you felt it was stolen without warning. Like Lorelai, my girlhood was stolen from me. So I'm guessing Lorelai is the mother, and what she lived vicariously through her daughter. Is that what I'm picking up from the Gilmore Girls reading this? The first time I became acutely aware of my chromosomal somal, is that how that's said? Chromosomal and hormonal birth defects. Oh, it was a defect that required surgery to fixed was when I saw signs that puberty was starting to make me look like a boy. Holy shit. um uh that is a whew, that is a great reworking of reality there. It was puberty that made you look like a boy. Right. My girlhood ended the minute I turned 13. You, you were being a girl before that. You know what? Can't question these things. New World Order. Just as it was supposed to be the beginning. Beginning of what? Periods? Why? Whoo. Anyways, my first my wavy white blonde hair turned to dark brown curls almost overnight. Yeah, that tends to happen to everybody that has blonde hair. Making me look more like my father than my mother. Yep, knew it. Wanted to be your mom. God, God damn it. I'm guessing you identify with that show because your mom wanted to live her girlhood through you, little tyke, little hormonal defect. My blonde hair had been like a promise my body made to me. The promise, as I understood it, was that no matter how people saw me then, I'd eventually grow into the beautiful woman I knew myself to be. God damn, that kid was fucked up. My voice slowly deepened, part of the defect, I guess. And I no longer got called ma'am or miss. Who the fuck was calling a little boy? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly normal thing to do. Over the landline every Saturday. Now it was sir. This was also the time when my feminine behavior started being policed. Well, seeing a goofy looking dude being feminine is often off-putting to people. I don't know what to tell you. It's not just to men. It's also off-putting to women as well, because it's a lot of feminine behaviors are kind of childish, and men are held to a different standard. Where being childish, you kind of get made fun of, whereas with women, people think it's cute. So, Sabrina Teenage Witch, Winx Club, and Unfabulous. And I learned to feign an interest in Jackass and Monty Python. Why would you feign an interest in those things? That's completely unnecessary. When I came out of the shower or went to the beach, I felt forced to show my chest. By who? I doubt anyone gave a shit. Which I preferred to cover with a towel or a shirt. Yeah, that would look goofy as hell. It's probably best you didn't do that. That would draw more attention than the other way. I felt innately shy about revealing any part of my body, but especially my chest. Okay. My brief experience with pubertal gynecomastia. When boys develop excess breast tissues during puberty, didn't make this any easier. Shouldn't that have made you happy? I don't. I mean, it sounded like you had some too much. What do you call it? What's the female hormone? My brain's not working right now. This whole thing is just throwing me off. Estrogen, too much estrogen. Even if it was another sign to me that my body was fighting just as hard to be a girl as I was. Nah, you just had a lot of estrogen in there. Maybe it's a psychological thing. Maybe you just had an extra estrogen because you were forcing yourself to be what your mom wanted you to be. I started having tantrums about not looking right. Uh, if I'm being honest with you, even if you were born a girl, you wouldn't be pretty. So you wouldn't have liked that either. That I didn't have the words to explain. I now understand them as my first breakdowns over gender dysmorphia. Or is it dysphoria? Okay. Or the conflict between my assigned gender and my gender identity. Without that terminology or support of any kind, I just knew I felt like an ugly girl with a broken body. And what are you now? I'm pretty sure you fulfilled the prophecy by becoming what you felt like. Like Rory's best friend, Lane Kim, who hid her true self away under floorboards in her room, I learned to conceal my gender melancholia over the years. What? Melancholia. Okay, that's it. Eventually, I nearly forgot the person I really was. My adolescence as a girl was spent trying to learn how to be a convincing boy, which seldom worked. You didn't have to convince people you were a boy. Uh, uh, your genetics was taking care of that. I felt like I was playing a character. Oh, you were playing a character. You were definitely playing a character. You took that character too far. As I entered my 20s, I knew that character had to evolve into a man. Evolve? Is that how aging works? It's evolution. And trying to become one is still the most painful and humiliating thing I've ever experienced. Well, a lot of people weren't honest with you because trust me, you'd have been more humiliated if they were. Coming out to my mother was the cathartic exhale I needed. Okay. Eventually, at 28, I came out to my mother after a visit home. 2014 plus 8 years. That would be 2022, conveniently around the time when all of this thing became a big thing where everyone was pretty much doing it. Conveniently, it just so happened that you did it around the time when the idea became popular. Interesting. After our visit home, we were seated on an airport bench minutes before my flight. The illusion that I ever been her son evaporated. Were you wearing a dress? And after some gentle questions and a hug, she paused and told me, I always wanted a daughter. No shit. I bet you picked up on that as a kid. Oh boy. These people need therapy. I cried the whole flight home and began to see how curses can become blessings. I thought about how Lorelai truncated girlhood gifted her Rory and the inseparable mother-daughter bond they came to share. Okay, so Rory was the daughter then. Okay. I had to learn to accept that I never had the girlhood I needed, but just like for Lorelai, becoming a woman at any age is not the end of being a girl, it's the heart of it. Well, hope you learned a lot. I have evolved. Till next time.